Yeezer. Shout out to the intro. Welcome to Rich Talks, podcast where we do music commentary, cultural commentary, deep dives, and just interesting topics in general. I'm your host, Unk, aka Ree. Now let's get into it. All right, y'all. Today we got a lot to unpack. We got R&B singers going back and forth. We got responses to diss records and just a whole lot, period. Like, hip-hop is winning right now, y'all. Like, for real. Hip-hop is fucking winning right now. Like, we got Kanye West joining in on the fun now. He dropped a remix to the infamous Like That track. And in classic Kanye fashion, just took shots at Drake. And also, for seemingly out of nowhere, he took a shot at J. Cole, too. Like, Kanye rapped, it's a rap for niggas. Where's Lucienne? Serve your master, nigga. You caught a little bag for your masters, didn't you? Lifetime deal. I feel bad for niggas. Y'all so out of sight, out of mind. I can't even think of a Drake line. Yo, Kanye's an idiot. Play J. Cole, get the pussy dry.
You're a victim.
Play this shit back 130 times. Yo, Kanye's an idiot, man. What the fuck? This guy said, play J. Cole, get the pussy dry. Yo, this guy is a savage. Anyway, that's Kanye for you, though. Like, he's ready to team up with anyone that basically goes against Drake. And the crazy part is, he somehow always uses, like, whatever recent attention that he's getting to start marketing some new Kanye style idea that he's working on. Like his most recent thing that he mentioned, something about him making adult films.
What?
Yeah. Right. I ain't speaking on that any further. Salute to Kanye, but let's just keep it at music, yeah? I will say this though about Kanye. The fact that Kanye West is jumping in and like picking a side in this whole thing, to me, adds a little bit of legitimacy to the beef actually being a real beef. Because I've heard from many people that they don't believe any of this is real and it's all staged like WWE and it's all just for entertainment. If it's for entertainment, cool. Like, let me be entertained. I'm enjoying this. Like, we're all getting good music out of this at the end of the day. But I will say, we all know for a fact that Kanye and Drake don't like each other. And if Kanye is joining in unprovoked, I think there's definitely got to be like some real things happening behind the scenes at least. Like at least some of it must be real, you know? But damn, forget about Ye for a minute, bro. Can we talk about R&B singer Chris Brown versus Quavo from the Migos?
What?
I don't think anyone saw this beef popping up. Like, everyone's attention was like so focused on Drake versus Kendrick that I found it interesting that Chris Brown would capitalize on the energy, on like this whole beef energy that's been put out, and use that momentum to drop a diss track where he's rapping, like actually rapping, and it actually sounds pretty good. Like, so the song in question was called Freak, and it was featuring Lil Wayne, Joyner Lucas, and T Grizzly. And in it, he first takes a sub at Quavo with the bar, okay, now fucking my old bitches ain't gonna make us equal. And then he said, freak bitch, she like Casamigos, not the Migos. I don't fuck with bougie bitches. Man, this shit is all hype. Wow. Now, not only was that like a direct shot at Quavo, he even made it witty by referencing one of the Migos' most popular songs, Bad and Bougie. You know? It's interesting because Chris Brown and Migos used to actually be like really, really cool with each other. Like, but I guess, you know, you already know what the issue started over. Like, a woman, of course. It's always over a woman. These guys are sensitive as hell, man. Straight up. So Chris Brown dated a woman named Karrueche Tran from like 2011 to 2015, as most of you already know if you follow the Chris Brown saga. Or, yeah, it was about 2011 to 2015. And I think like 2 years after that, like around 2017, she was kind of basically spotted out with Quavo on several occasions. Equations. Anywho, even though they both denied the allegations at the time, Quavo wasted no time at all to drop his response track to Chris. It was called Tender. That's a funny name. Like for real, this guy really dropped a response like one day later, one day after Chris's diss track drop. But like, I feel like we entered the twilight zone because you have rapper Quavo dropped a singing response to singer Chris Brown rapping a track that dissed rapper Quavo.
What?
Like, you see what I mean? I'm just so confused. I was like, huh? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Chris just like jumped into your arena of rapping and like and you decide to respond by singing at him. Like, what? Come on, Quavo. Like, round one went to Chris. Like, straight up. The fuck? It's like 8 days later, Chris Brown dropped probably, I'd say, like one of the hardest diss tracks we probably ever heard all year. Like, especially because he ain't even a rapper. Like, that's what makes it so crazy. Like, on the track called Weakest Link, Chris Brown actually tried to like ether this man Quavo. Like, one of his opening bars, he said, Quavo talking like a thug, nigga, you a bitch with dreads. Can't wait to see the day you back up all that shit you said. or what about when he said, you fucked my ex-hoe. That's cool. I don't give a fuck, lil nigga, cause I fucked your ex when you were still with her. Bitch, I'm up, lil nigga. Oh shit. Whoa. Yo, Chris Brown basically admitted that he had sex with Saweetie while she was with Quavo. Yo, man, these guys are. These guys can't call themselves friends. What the fuck, man? No, you can't call your no. Plotting on your friend's woman and just man. These guys are sneaky, bro. Like, what kind of snake shit is that? Like, is this some kind of rite of passage type behavior? Like, to be a piece of shit and then go after your industry friends' partners? Like, just so you can say that you're... just so that you can say that you're up, little nigga? Like, what is this, man? It's actually really pathetic. It's really pathetic to me. And it really sounds really childish. But, you know what? Who cares? Like, I'm here for the music. I'm here to be entertained. It is entertaining. Just watching the all these beefs unfold. Anyways, so Quavo ended up responding on his song "Over Hoes and Bitches" (OHB). It was kind of like a play on Chris Brown's rap crew, which is called OHB, which stands for Original Hood Boys. Original Hood Boys, Over Hoes and Bitches. So in Over Hoes, what's wrong with me? In Over Hoes and Bitches, Quavo basically attempts to re-highlight Chris's infamous assault case from 2009, where he savagely beat up Rihanna, which most of us still remember. Like, he's gonna have to, like, it's something that he's gonna have to wear forever. Like, it doesn't matter how many years pass or how big Chris Brown gets, he's never gonna live that down. Like no matter how great his music career is, because make no mistake, he is a very, very talented artist, but no way in hell are we ever going to let this man ever let go of what he did to Rihanna. Like, no. You see her face? Man, no. Anyway, the response track from Quavo wasn't very good, but I'm sorry. Matter of fact, the consensus on the internets was that Chris Brown won. And sad to say, but sorry, Quavo, but you got bodied by a singing nigga. To quote Drake, God damn. Quavo lost to a singing nigga, Chris Brown. Shout outs to Breezy though. All right, enough about that R and beef. Remember on the last episode, I said I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about Ross versus Drake, because I noticed a lot of people were completely lost as to why Rick Ross was jumping in on this beef and dissing Drake when they kind of have a history of like doing songs together and being cool. Well, essentially, the relationship kind of began back in like around May of 2010 when Drake said in an interview that Rick Ross had reached out to him about collaborating on a song together. And 5 months later, they actually did it. They released a song called Aston Martin Music, which ended up peaking at number 30 on the Billboard Top 100 charts. And after seeing the success behind the track, Ross recruited Drake again like 2 months later for the song Made Men from his Ashes to Ashes mixtape. So now these two like kind of basically start building a bit of a rapport and seem to have an overall good relationship now, right? Because in 2011, Rick Ross would go on to perform at Drake's second annual OVO Fest, where he performed alongside other artists like The Weeknd. Lil Wayne was there, J. Cole was there, even Nas was there. I actually wish I was at that OVO Fest because I didn't know Nas was there that year. Now these two would continue to work with each other like on several songs after this, like with Drake even saying in an interview with Entertainment Weekly how much he actually enjoyed rapping with Ross, and the two of them actually had even talked about doing a joint album together, which was called YOLO, You Only Live Once. And they continue this trend of doing songs together for the next few years with tracks like Free Spirit from Drake's Care Package project, or Lord Knows from the Take Care album, and even the beef ending Stay Scheming track where Drake essentially ended the often forgot about beef that he had with Common. Y'all remember, like, that beef was an odd one, by the way. Like, again, this one was also another beef that started over a woman, like Serena Williams to be exact. Because when Common and Serena Williams were no longer together, she'd started being seen out with Drake, and obviously Common did not like that. So he dropped a diss track. He dropped like several diss records, Sweet and Canada Dry. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a dope name for a diss track, Canada Dry. But man, Common just did not handle this beef properly. Like he let the boy get the better of him. But I digress. I say all that to say they had a relatively good relationship for the most part. But until, of course, the feud between Drake and Meek Mill started, which was like around summer of 2015. At the time of this beef, Meek Mill was signed to Rick Ross's Maybach Music Group, aka MMG label, and was seemingly left hobbled, if you will, by Drake's Haymaker hit back to back. Oh no, for Charged Up and then back to back. Whoa, you're nasty. It's like gassy today. Back to back. So after months of letting the song fester for a bit, Ross decided to jump in to defend his artist on the song Color Money from his Black Market album. And Ross rapped, Color Money got your bitch out on a world tour. My little homie made $1 million on his girl tour. We back to back and down to whack a nigga unborn. Miami niggas got him changing all the gun laws. So run, Forrest. Got some shooters and they dying too. I got more money than that pussy that you're signed to. Shit. Oh, man. Although in a later interview with The Breakfast Club, Ross actually confirmed that those lines were directed at Drake. And he also confirmed that Birdman was the pussy that he mentioned in that same verse. And he would later clarify in that same interview that the reason that he sent shots at Birdman was, he said, right now, really me just seeing what Wayne going through as an artist, me idolizing Birdman at the time, me looking up to Lil Wayne, there's something I took personal for me to see the way things are transpiring. I can't respect that, and I don't respect that. The boss. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, y'all. Basically, what was going on at the time was Lil Wayne's The Carter 5 album was being held up from release for reasons we still don't really know to this day. Because the album eventually did get released several years later. And also it kind of feels like bullshit to me. Because first of all, why didn't you have that same energy when it came to defending your artist, Meek Mill? Like, Why didn't you try to get them to chill out since you had such a good rapport with Birdman and Drake at the time? Like, I don't know. Something about it all seemed a little disingenuous to me, because it was literally out of left field. Like, but if you think about it, Ross's beef history is normally out of it's really out of nowhere. Like when he started his beef with 50 back in 2008, he dropped the song Mafia Music, and he had the line, I love the sorry. I love to pay your bills, can't wait to pay your rent. Curtis Jackson, baby mama, I ain't asking for a cent. Burn the house down, you gotta buy another. Don't forget the gas can, jealous stupid motherfucker. All right. Now, originally when this song came out, most of us had like no idea why Ross went after 50. Like, it literally felt like it came out of nowhere, but like later on, Ross would explain that the reason behind that whole issue was during the 2008 BET Awards. Ross saw 50 at the awards, and allegedly he didn't like the way that 50 looked at him. Even though 50 would later claim that he doesn't even remember Rick Ross being at the award show that night. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but I feel like this guy has a pattern of creating issues where there never really was an issue to begin with, or blowing issues out of proportion that really didn't need to be taken to the degree they are, and then he ends up putting himself in an awkward position later on when people piece things up, and he's just left holding the holding whatever. I don't know.
What?
But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, why didn't you protect Meek Mill then? Like you could have helped him in his feud against Drake, but no. That was a long summer for Meek. Like, you kind of have to feel bad the way you look back on it, because I don't know. Meek Mill was supposed to be a battle rapper. At least people talked about him saying he was like came up from the battle rap era and whatnot. Well, you got bodied by a singing nigga, brother.
You're a victim.
Anyway, back to the timeline. So after Ross's Breakfast Club interview calling out Birdman, we witnessed one of the most viral, entertaining, and outright hilarious moments ever caught on camera. The infamous "put some respect on my name." All three of y'all interview from Birdman on Breakfast Club. That was a great moment in history, man. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, still hilarious to this day. Now put some respect on my name. I ain't gonna say no more.
You're a victim.
Although his Breakfast Club interview only lasted about 30 seconds, he did end up doing a real interview later for Hot 97. I'm talking Birdman, by the way. And he clarified his thoughts on being attacked by Ross himself. Birdman basically said, I don't take Ross or Trick Daddy as an enemy to me. Me and Ross was like brothers, every day hanging together. I don't know what his call was to even get into me and my son business. That's my son. That shit gonna work itself out. I have the utmost respect for Ross. I taught him a lot of game in this shit. He watched my pimping.
What?
But Drake didn't just take those shots from Ross with no response, obviously. No sir, no sir. Like, he actually seemed to respond on his Views album on the song Weston Road Flows. It sounded like Drake was kind of bragging about flying Ross's ex-girlfriend at the time, Lyra Galore, to St. Martin. Basically rapping, yeah, I brought your wifey out to St. Martin. She violated. I sent her back where it all started. How quick they all forget about their bachelor. Hold on. What is wrong with me today? I'm just all over the place. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Like, it's been a while, y'all. It's been a while. Anyway, okay. Let me pull that back. Yeah. He said, yeah, I brought your wifey out to St. Martin. She violated. I sent her back where it all started. How quick they are to forget about their bachelor apartment. Leave it to a nigga like you to show them light in the darkness. Oh. Leave it to a nigga like you to show him the light in the darkness. Yo. Drake is actually Drake is deadly, man. Drake is actually deadly. That was fire. That was about the last time that these two would like jab at each other on wax until recently, anyway. Because back in May of 2017, in an interview with the Best Seat in the House podcast, Ross basically gave credit to Rap-A-Lot Records CEO Jay Prince with setting up a meeting between Ross and Drake to finally squash their feud. Basically saying that Jay Prince seems to... Because, it always feels like Jay Prince always seems to be involved whenever it comes to ending Drake's beefs with people. Like Rick Ross and Kanye West being two perfect examples of this. Weird pattern here. But, so from then on, two of them would seemingly be cool with each other again, doing songs with each other again, etc. Almost like it was just business as usual all over again, with Ross even mentioning as recently as 2021 that him and Drake, Drake's joint album was still under serious consideration. Yeah, right. But something must have happened again behind the scenes, because as recent as March of this year, a weird series of events started going down, where several weeks after Rick Ross's ex-girlfriend Christina Mackey confirmed that they were no longer together, she was invited as a special guest of OVO to Drake's tour stop in Miami. The invitation allegedly came after Ross and Nav reportedly unfollowed Drake on Instagram.
What?
So there must have definitely been something like bubbling behind the scenes that we're just really not privy to. Nor would we really need to, right? Like, who cares? Anyway, but we had to put on our detective hats a little bit, y'all. Like, cause you know what else came out in March 2024? Metro and Future's album, "We Don't Trust You," which Ross appeared on. When Drake dropped Push Ups, it was essentially his way of responding to everyone who came at him on that album. So even Ross got thrown in there. Like Drake basically said, can't believe he jumping in. This nigga turning 50. You remember that shit was funny. Finally, Ross responded to Push Ups with his own diss record called Champagne Moments, where he makes some of the wildest accusations we've ever heard when it comes to Drake. Like Ross basically called Drake out for stealing Lil Wayne's flow. He claimed that Drake got cosmetic surgery, kept calling him a BBL Drizzy.
What?
Said that he got a nose job. Like, yo, what? Bro, like he started a whole social media meme war, like calling Drake white boy, BBL Drizzy, and every opportunity he got. Like, it was crazy. Like, salute to Ross though. Like, glad he's safe, because apparently his private jet just had like had to make a crash landing in Dallas just the other day, and people are joking on the internet that Drake had something to do with it. Like, even Ross joked about it, saying, "Oh, Drake sent his fighter pilots after him." Like, it's funny, but it's funny. But I'm just glad that everyone's safe. But enough about Rose. Let's get to the mother-loving nitty-gritty. Like, this is what y'all came here for. Drake versus Kendrick. Responses have been made. Responses have dropped. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, shout-outs to K-Dot, the boogeyman. I thought Pusha T was the most surgical when it came to hitting at Drake, but wow. Kendrick is really something else, man. Something else. First of all, let's break down some of the things that he said in his response track to Push Ups called Euphoria. The opening line on the song is a sample played in reverse, where the line itself is "Everything they say about me is true." It's a famous line from the movie The Wiz, which is a remake of the classic Wizard of Oz story. But wait, there's more. Michael Jackson was featured in The Wiz, and Kendrick is essentially saying that Drake is Like he's basically implying that Drake is the Scarecrow from the movie because of his persona, because his persona is fake, because the Scarecrow's most famous line in the movie itself is "I'm a phony." So we're basically saying Kendrick is basically telling Drake that he's a big fat phony and fake. And all that before he even said a single bar. Like, this is 4D chess, y'all. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know. Some people might say that I'm reading into it a little too deep, but like when Kendrick drops tracks, like, you have to actually look at it on a deeper level. It's never like just on the surface of it. Like, there's always degrees to everything he does. It's always so calculated. Like, but like, cause like Drake is the one that said himself on the Taylor Made Freestyle, like, you better have a quintuple on Tronda.
What?
What? I don't even know what I'm saying. He said you better have a quintuple entendre on that motherfucker. Like, it wasn't until I was researching that I found out that Drake is a producer of the show Euphoria. Yo, guys, Kendrick is not playing around, man. Like, the title is called Euphoria. Like, the meaning behind Euphoria. Drake is a producer of the show Euphoria. Man, yo, come on, guys. This is not checkers. This is not checkers, man. Kendrick is not playing fair. Like, it's funny to me sometimes when I discuss and like compare the diss tracks to each other. Some people on the Drake side of the fence come with the argument of Kendrick didn't say anything new, like, he didn't give any new information, Pusha didn't already reveal. But to them I say, are y'all serious right now? Like, this ain't gossip, folks, man. Like, this is rap. It's about how skilled and unique you can be with your wordplay. It doesn't matter if it's something that's been brought up before. Like, if you can bring it up in a more unique way, in a cool, skillful way, more power to you. Like, what do you mean? Like, a perfect example of this was in the 8 Mile movie when Eminem's character B Rabbit decided to like diss himself during his round in order to basically take the power away from Papa Doc, so he wouldn't have like anything else to hit him back with, you know. But if you think about it in hindsight, technically Doc still could have won that battle if he embraced everything B Rabbit said, but just put his own little skillful spin to it. No? Maybe I'm reaching? I don't know. Anyway, continuing on, Kenny had like a crazy double entendre that really made everyone go like, excuse me? He said, I make music that electrify him. You make music that pacify him. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Oh my God. Let me say that again. He said, I make music that electrify him. You make music that pacify him. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. He's basically saying that he's going to spare Drake from something that he's alluding to, basically Drake's questionable past concerning relationships with women younger than him. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. But you know what I'm saying. Because when Kenny said, know you a master manipulator and a habitual liar too, but don't tell no lie about me and I won't tell truths about you. I was like, wait. Is he saying Drake is a... Never mind. I'm not even gonna touch that one, y'all. Anyways, Kendrick should have called this track Entendre or something, because there's so many double and triple and quadruple entendres, like so many triple, quadruple meanings. Like, yeah, entendre means meanings, guys. In some of these bars that it really went over a lot of people's heads. Like, he had a line that went, what did he say? He said, Hellcat made his homeboys and them type sell they soul. Sorry. Hellcat made his homeboys and them type sell they soul, okay? Everybody want to be D-Mun until they get chipped by a throwaway. Yo, This one was actually crazy. Like, it really might have actually gone over a lot of people's heads, honestly. Because reason being, on push-ups, Drake said, "Don't wake the demon up." And Kendrick considered his control verse a throwaway verse. And lastly, Future's real name is Nadavius D. Mun Cash. Or, sorry, Navadius. Nadavius? Navadius. Navadius. Yeah, Navadius D. Mun Cash. First of all, why would anyone give their child the middle name D. Mun?
You're a victim.
Anyway, sorry. That's besides the point. So basically, in that line, Kendrick is saying Drake ran to Future for collaborations because the control verse damaged his ego so much until him and Future's so much that he needed Future until he had a falling out with Future because they ended up sleeping with the same woman and basically feuding too. Now they're feuding too. Like, I'm sorry, this boy Kendrick is kind of surgical, man. Like, Kendrick had to represent for the West Coast with this line that he came with, where he's like, "Somebody had told me that you got a ring on God. I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that and let the Canadian make Pac turn in his grave." Let me tell you that again. He said, "Somebody had told me that you got a ring on God. I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian make Pac turn in his grave." Like, I actually had to look this one up because at first I thought it was like in reference to Drake using Tupac's voice AI on Tailor Made, but no, it's actually in relation to Tupac's custom diamond and ruby rings that was auctioned off for a little over $1 million and sold to Drake last year in 2023. So Kendrick, with another double entendre, basically saying that he'd rather pay double the wage to get the ring back than allow it to stay in the hands of Drake, as it's seemingly disrespectful for the Canadian rapper to have it. That is wild. Like, I like the bar, but also sometimes I hate the elitism that comes with being a fan of hip-hop. Like being a fan of hip-hop that doesn't live in the U.S. Like, sometimes Americans act like y'all act like y'all don't get robbed when you come to Toronto too. Like, shit ain't all that sweet in Canada, yo. Didn't Young Buck get robbed in Saskatoon back in like the early 2000s? That was like when G Unit was like at its peak, guys. Like, it ain't just Toronto, eh? Like, cause remember DMX got robbed out here too. Like, humans exist everywhere, and just because we're north of the U.S. doesn't mean that Canadians don't get down with the get down too sometimes. Like, all right, rant over. Sorry. Back to the topic at hand. At one point, Kendrick starts saying that he's the most passionate Drake hater. Basically saying, "I hate the way you walk, the way you talk. I hate the way you dress. I hate the way you sneak diss. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct." Hold on. That was actually dope. He said, "I hate the way you walk. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way you dress. I hate the way that you sneak diss. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct." Yo, we hate the bitches you fuck because they confuse themselves with real women. Oh no. Oh no. And yo, notice he said we? Yo, oh my God. Yo, Kendrick is fucked, man. Yo, Kendrick on this bar is fucked. Yo, okay. I'm going to bring it back from the top. This guy really said, "I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's going to be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck because they confuse themselves with real women." And notice I said we, it's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling. How many more fairy tale stories about your life till we had enough? How many more black features till you finally feel that you're black enough? Oh, shit. I'm not even gonna front. That was pretty scathing. And I heard people coming off the woodwork saying, "Oh, Kendrick is acting like Rick Ross and calling Drake white." And in all honesty, I gotta quote Jay-Z here. Like, do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it? Like, Kendrick is basically alluding to Drake being biracial and the stigma behind it, because there's always been a narrative where a lot of biracial folks sometimes feel like they're never truly accepted by one side or the other. And in a sense, it's another double entendre, alluding to the fact that Drake grew up with his white mother, so now as a rapper, he tries to basically compensate for the lack of blackness around him by growing up, lack of blackness around him growing up, so he basically overly embraces black artists. Maybe I'm just armchair psychoanalyzing too hard. What do y'all think? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it could be true. It could be not. Like, I'm just a commentator, you know? Or maybe people were talking about when Kendrick said, "I even hate when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy. It ain't even gotta be deep, I guess. Still love when you see success. Everything with me is blessed. Keep making me dance, waving my hand, and won't be no threat. I'm knowing they call you the boy, but where is the man? 'Cause I ain't seen him yet." That is bars. Like, wow. He basically, the way I broke down that was Kendrick is saying that Drake is so corny that he doesn't even like the way he says nigga. Like, he didn't even call him white. He didn't even say anything other than he thinks some shit is just cringeworthy, and it ain't even that deep, but a lot of fans made it deep. Then again, those are probably the ones that just skimmed through it and didn't even give it a chance because it just sounded like
You're a victim.
It just didn't sound like a hit record to them. Like, you know, because Drake makes hit records out of his diss tracks, even though hip hop is not about making your diss record sound like a hit song. It's about how, again, I'm not gonna rehash the points that I've been rehashing over and over again. You know what's funny though? Kendrick even gave the infamous Toronto accent some bars. And now Crody is being used by Americans all over the place. I don't know if it's just for jokes, but I kind of like, I'm not sure, but like, is it trolling us or not? Any publicity is good publicity. Like, it's all in good fun for me, man. Like, so now after Euphoria dropped, everyone was saying that Drake was now on a timer and Drake needed to respond. But get this, 3 days later, using a very Machiavellian, very Sun Tzu art of war tactic and basically taking a page fresh out of Drake's own playbook, Kendrick dropped his own version of a back-to-back equivalent by dropping 616 in LA. And Kendrick's really playing mind games with this man because it's more than just rapping on beats. Like, this man really named his track 616 in LA. Everyone knows that Drake's go-to style when he plans to like drop his most lyrical songs is doing timestamp in whatever city he's in. So Kendrick flipping that on his head and using it against Drake was a really good chess move to me. Like, another chess move that he made with his song was when you check the credits, you'll see that this song was co-produced by a man named Jack Antonoff. And who exactly is that, you wonder? Well, Jack Antonoff just so happens to be a producer and songwriter for none other than Taylor Swift. This was another smart play by Kendrick, though, because he basically flipped Drake's bars about Kendrick needing Taylor Swift to make a hit. So Kendrick grabbed Taylor's producer to diss Drake. That's very well played, I must say, like, because that was basically his way of directly responding to Taylor-made freestyle. So he was like doing two responses at the same time. Like, come on, man. This is crazy. Like, now here's where Kendrick really got into the mind games. Like, the title of the track, 616 in LA. There's several key takeaways that you could actually take from this title. First, that was the first time. Basically, the time was 6:16 a.m. was the time that the song was released to the world. 6:16 a.m. in LA at the time. So, like, 6:16 local time, I guess. There's some significance to those numbers, too, though. Like, 6:16 is also June 16th, which happens to be Tupac's birthday, one, and Kendrick's birthday is actually the day after. Kendrick's birthday is June 17th. So I don't know, maybe that's not as significant, but June 16th is Tupac's birthday, and June 16th, 2024 is Father's Day this year. And lastly, this one is actually wild because I didn't even realize this until later, but June 16th, 1994 was the day that the charges were submitted to the court against O.J. Simpson, specifically the glove, the infamous glove that didn't fit. And what did Kendrick use for the cover art of the 616 in LA? The glove! Yo, this man is too surgical, y'all. Like, it's crazy. This is why I call him the boogeyman. Like, this is why J. Cole apologized. Like, even though most likely could hold his own lyrically, I don't think Cole would have been ready for the mental warfare that Kendrick is bringing with him. Like, this man is dangerous. No, I don't think anybody expected Kendrick to come like this. Like, this is wild. Like, we really thought Kendrick said a lot on Euphoria, but he continued to drop bombs that had like the entire audience like, yo, chill, yo, chill. Like when Kendrick rapped, "Are you finally ready to play Have You Ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO was working for me? Fake bully? I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it." Oh, no. That was wild, man. Like, basically, he's alluding to Drake having a mole in his camp, which is interesting because didn't Pusha T kind of allude to the same thing? Interesting. But K-Dot wasn't even done yet. He actually further clarified his point, saying that these images trouble you. Know the wires in your circle should puzzle you. If you were street smart, then you would have caught that that your entourage is only there to hustle you. Oh my God. 100 niggas that you got on salary and 20 of them want you as a casualty. And one of them is actually next to you. And 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle. Just don't got the audacity to tell you. Yo. He said these images trouble you. Know the wires in your circle should puzzle you. If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only to hustle you. 100 niggas that you got on salary and 20 of them want you as a casualty. And one of them is actually next to you. And one of them is practically tired of your lifestyle. Just don't got the audacity to tell you. That is wild. That is a wild statement to make. It would have anybody looking at their circle sideways. Like, that shit should definitely have Drake looking at his mans a little more closely. Like, because Kendrick also mentioned that Drake may have sent people to find dirt on him, but they came back with nothing. Because Kenny went, "It was fun until you started to put money in the streets, then lost money because they came back with no receipts. I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace." Now, see, even in these bars, Kendrick is letting y'all know this is all in fun, or at least it was. Like, it was just business as usual. Like, he's trying to be the best rapper. All that stardom shit is for the pop stars. Kendrick is an artist. Like, another level of just this cerebral warfare was Kendrick did was on sampling each of those diss tracks. He sampled Al Green for 616 in LA and Teddy Pendergrass for Euphoria. Now think about this. Al and Teddy had a joint compilation album and the title of it was Back to Back. Kenny ain't playing, man. Like, what? Come on, man. But oh, you thought I was finished? Nah, there's more. On that same day that 616 in LA dropped, and just before midnight, over here on the East Coast, the boy dropped a response track called Family Matters. I don't know if this would be considered a response to Euphoria or both, but Drake came out swinging with a whole production. Like, not only was he rapping for almost 8 minutes, and he had like 3 beat changes on the track. Again, just say what y'all want about Drake, but I think this was by far his best diss track to date. Like, the boy was really, really rapping, but it wasn't even really about the bars he was dropping or the very well placed subliminals. He kept taking throughout the visuals of the song. Like, no. What really got people thinking was the wild number of allegations that Drizzy threw at Kenny. Like, he said one of Kendrick's kids isn't really his, and was fathered by Kendrick's longtime manager and business partner Dave Free. That one of Kendrick's artists and his biological cousin, Baby Keem, is actually a ghostwriter for him, and that Kendrick possibly physically assaulted his wife. Like, bro, these allegations are just crazy, man. And through that whole thing, though, Drake still took the time to flame up ASAP Rocky, who now has 2 children with Rihanna, a woman that Drake has had a strange on and off relationship with for many, 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 many years. Like, Drake starts off the disrespect by calling ASAP by his government name, saying, Rakim talking shit again. Yes, y'all. ASAP Rocky's real name is Rakim. Crazy, right? Anyway, Drake lyrically dissects Rocky with jabs about his rap skills and the fact that he's now more known for fashion than he is for music. And even if he does drop new music, the fans would tell him that he should have modeled because the music is mid.
You're a victim.
I'm not gonna lie, he really hit Rocky with some haymakers here. Like, he really did. And that whole track was very scathing, I must say. And if it was any other artist, it may have given the entire battle to Drake right there, but K-Dot he's a different animal, man. Like, he didn't even let Family Matters settle before he dropped what I would consider probably the closest thing we've seen to Ether or Hit 'Em Up, because the stuff Kendrick was hitting with was insane, y'all. Like, less than an hour after Family Matters was released, Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams, and every single verse had Kendrick addressing a different member of Drake's family while giving us listeners quite a few interesting revelations. The first verse was for Drake's son Adonis. Like, I don't know how much more disrespectful you can get. Like, not even addressing me, you're addressing my kid on the first verse. Like, yo, from jump, Kendrick is just like boxing Drake in the mouth with his lines. Like, he goes, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. I look at him and I wish your grandpa would have wore a condom." Holy shit, yo, Kenny, chill, yo, that was egregious, man. Oh my God, yo. And then on the second verse, he addresses Drake's mom, Sandra, and his dad, Dennis. The lines he had for Dennis were crazy, man. He's like, he went, "Dear Dennis, you gave birth to a master manipulator. Even using you to prove who he is a huge favor." Yo, and he kept going in on this man. In another line, he's like, "I'm blaming you for all the gambling addictions, psychopath intuition. That man liked to play victim. You raised a horrible fucking person. The nerve of you, Dennis." Yo. Fam, this revelation was this was beyond. I don't think anybody was ready to hear about what Kendrick came with next. Because when Kendrick said that I don't even know if I want to say it. Fuck it. Yeah, say it, Rich. Say it. He got sex offenders on HOVO that keep on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around them.
You're a victim. You're nasty.
And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking.
You're a victim.
You're nasty.
Fuck a rap battle. He should die so all these women can live with a purpose.
You're a victim.
You're nasty.
Y'all hear that? He said he got sex offenders on HOVO that he keep on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around them. And we gotta raise our daughters knowing they're predators like him lurking. Fuck a rap battle. He should die so all these women can live with a purpose. He's essentially saying that Drake has sexual predators on OVO and is aware of it. And man, that accusation alone is damning. Like, if you knowingly employ predators in your circle, man, nah, let me shut up. Let me just shut up. Because, like, on verse 3, this was another wild haymaker revelation from Kendrick. He essentially alluded to Drake possibly having another child, a daughter. And this might have been, like, fake news. Like, maybe Kendrick was fed false information. But like, just even if it's true, like, I know like the internet sleuths were like all out and about trying to see if they can figure out who is this secret child of Drake's. But like, one thing I will say is this beef is all fun and games, sure, but like, please let's leave the kids alone, man. Like, they're not involved. Let's not bring random children. Images of random kids onto the internet claiming that this kid is Drake's secret child or whatever. Like these kids, they didn't ask for any of this. Like, they really didn't. Like, let's leave the kids alone, man. But yeah, Kendrick said something like, I'll tell you who your father is. Just play this song when it rains. Yes, he's a hit maker, songwriter, superstar, right? And a fucking deadbeat that should never say more life. Meet the Grams. Yo, that was jeez. Anyways, and on the last verse, Kendrick addresses Drake directly, and one of the lines he mentioned was, "This supposed to be a good exhibition within the game, but you fucked up the moment you called out my family's name. Why you had to stoop so low to discredit some decent people? Guess integrity is lost when the metaphor doesn't reach you. And I like to understand because your house was never a home. 37, but you showing up as a 7-year-old. God damn it, man. Yo, I'm gonna go re-listen to all of these disses from the beginning again, because this shit was just fun, man. Like, I just love seeing these good competition in rap. But yeah, I think I'm gonna shut up now. Like, let me know what y'all think. Let me know who y'all think is winning right now, like Kendrick or Drake. For me personally, I think the only winners right now are us fans, getting all this great music and entertainment. And psych, I lied. Y'all thought I was done? Nah. I think I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that after all of these back and forth diss tracks, Kung Fu Boogeyman Kenny dropped another diss track. Like, this man does not let up, y'all. Like, he really does not. And I really must say, I totally get why J. Cole bowed out gracefully, because I don't think anybody thought Kendrick had this side to him. Like, he's so known for taking so long to drop music, but in the past month alone, he's dropped so many songs. Like, the latest release he dropped, called Not Like Us, might actually have put a nail in the coffin here, because this was not only extremely wild with the accusations levied in it, but it's also a very smart chess move by Kendrick, because there's really no way that Drake can comfortably get on a track to address the allegations that Kendrick threw on this song. Like, bro, there's some crazy allegations alluding to a member of OVO being a sex offender, and that same sex offender lives in Drake's mansion. Again, all alleged, but we don't know if any of this is true, but dear God, the accusations alone is intense. Kenny called this man yo, this is wild. He called this man a certified pedophile. And he even had a line that was pretty witty, but dear God, it was just out of pocket to me. Like, this was super out of pocket. He said, trying to stuck a chord, and it's probably A minor.
You're a victim.
Kenny, no, yo, that was egregious. He also claimed that Drake had sex with Lil Wayne's girl while Wayne was in jail.
What?
Damn, man. I hope that isn't true, because because that is so conniving, bro. That if that's true, that is so conniving. Someone you call your mentor, and when he went to jail, you fucked his girl. Nah, man. That's wrong on so many levels. I think Kendrick really hit Drake hard in his last verse, where he essentially was saying that Drake needed Atlanta more than Atlanta needed him, and he doesn't really belong in the culture. Where Kendrick basically said, you run to Atlanta when you needed a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This is the real nigga challenge. You called Future when you didn't see the club. Lil Baby helped you get your lingo up. 21 gave you false street cred. Thug made you feel like you was slime in your head. Quavo said that you can be from the north side. 2 Chainz said you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. The family matter, and the truth of the matter, it was God's plan to show y'all the liar. Damn it, man. I don't know what Drake's got to do next, but he definitely cannot respond trying to defend any of these allegations. It's really a catch-22 if he does, man. Like, at this point, I think Drake needs to drop a response in the style of maybe just like barring Kenny down, like no more mentions of Family Matters or any of that shit. Just straight up bars, man. Because damn, man, this was pretty bad. This was bad. But I'm here for it, y'all. I love it, man. Like, hip hop feels like a blood sport again, and yeah, I'm thoroughly entertained. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna call it, y'all. Salute to the outro. Peace.